Hello, everybody. This is a grumpy old guy gaming, as ever I was, and I am very much adhering to what is posted right up there at the title of this stream. We are playing some Dark Chambers, and I will apologize as I am clearly not in the best voice. In fact, I was trying all day to get a video done, and it just was not coming. But as much as I just kind of wanted to call it a day, I know time is limited, and I wanted to, show that I respect those of you who take time out of your day and check out the little snippets of attempts at entertaining you through gaming that I do, and wanted to go ahead and make sure I got something out today. And that has led us to this spot here. We're playing Dark Chambers, a game I very much wanted to play. In fact, was playing this morning until I had a weird thing. I think the controller was just doing its disconnect, reconnect thing due to wobbly USB connection. And it did it so much that I ended up having RetroArch just completely freak out on me and freeze up. Also managed to get a tiny session in my D&D home game. Well, one of them. I'm running two at the moment. Probably not the best thing. Sort of like talking a bunch on a live stream. Not the best thing for a sore throat, but you guys are worth it. Plus, what the hell? I can't complain. Got my work paperwork sorted out. Spent a bit of time on that today. It was kind of a rainy, miserable morning anyway, so. Here we are in floor A. Dark Chambers, very Gauntlet-esque game. Reasons I loves it. As you can see, our health bar up there in the upper left corner, it is fairly high, but trying to make it through this room is guaranteed to lower that by a considerable margin. Just sort of taking it all in stride. And now we've got attack up and attack speed up. So as you can see, it's only taking one hit to kill off each stage of monster. Rather than having different monsters, the monsters just have different stages of strength. Already up over 11,000. That's a good start as we hit level B. Actually did, I want to say, a 1 or 2 part upload series on this game last year. I hope I did 2 parts. I wanted to do 3 parts and see if I could get through the whole alphabet, and forgot to save the second time. Pick up my little bomb there. Kind of looks like a peach. Or an apple. Apples are kind of getting in season. It's about that time of year for the harvest, which means homemade apple butter. One of my favorite things, as well as cider. Love apple cider. A little warm cider, some peach schnapps, a little bit of cinnamon. Heaven. Floor B, nice and easy. I'm not going to go for the extras. We're still in pretty good health, and we're up over 20,000. Heading into C here, and we got a key right out of the gate, which tells us there's problems afoot, because keys in this game, not so much like Gauntlet, where they won't overload you with them, much to the opposite. You could be spending quite a while searching for them in a floor you would otherwise have cleared. As you can see, those little blue potions are the spawning points for those yellow wizard-looking things, kind of hovering about, halfway between a wizard and a ghost. And they turn into regular old ghosty ghosts that turn into skeletons, that turn into, like, blue brute soldier things, and that's the baseline for the enemies. Yeah, I don't think you could shoot those, and I know I don't want to run into it because that's a pretty serious drop in the hit points if you run into those gray squares that are X'd out. Got an extra key there, and I think it's a necessary key, unless I'm mistaken. I am mistaken. But do we want to pass up our shot at a second key? And will it cost me to get that one? No, I can You get it pretty free. Maybe some food locked behind. One thing's for certain, we do have to take care of these wizards, and it's very cramped quarters. Fortunately, you've got the wonderful Atari auto fire here, where the closer you are to a wall, the more easily you will take out whatever you are shooting at, the wall or the object. So rapid fire at close range is devastating. But especially before we picked up that little gun speed boost, trying to get anything else was a bit of a struggle. Yep, there's a little food locker, and it's locked behind, and I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here. Also going to skip that beating heart as it, well, you know what? Hell with it. We're live. I'll show you what happens. You come up to the heart, you shoot it, it creates a ladder, and that ladder, not anything you could go down, actually, but it's actually a spawning point for enemies. So we're just going to beat feet out of here to floor D and keep an extra key with us. Not so bad so far. Again, pardon me. If I feel any major hacking coming on, I will do my best to hit the old cough button there on my mic, because it's called a cough button for a reason. I understand. Hopefully you're doing well out there, and unlike me, not taking complete unnecessary loops around your labyrinth of choice. Once again, I'm going to grab that key so we keep our spare, because right now we're in floor D and nothing is too terribly threatening. That little spawner point there. Just bad luck on the enemy positioning. There you saw I just sort of ate a monster. Not the most advisable for your health overall, but I had to get rid of that spawner, or else I felt like we were going to be there forever. Love the Gauntlet games. Love any style of adventure game, honestly. Grab a couple quick power-ups there, a little bit of treasure. Not really sure what those stethoscope or cup-looking things really do, other than give you points. Get up to 3 on the bomb count. I'll occasionally use them. I usually hold on to them too long for no reason. There's what I was looking for. Some cheese and what looks like a popsicle or corn dog. And right below us is the stairs down, guarded by one lonely generator that's generating wizards. So let's go ahead and take that out. And at 324, we'll grab the stairs. That's 5,000, moving us to 37,400 for completing the level. And we're into E. Already 2 vowels into the alphabet, kids. See, the spawner takes 4 hits, and the enemies take 4 hits as well. Just about got our health maxed out. That's great news. Also up to about 40k. All kind of high-level spawners here, though. Important to be efficient with our movements. See, we have 2 of the 3 power-ups. Bit of a nightmare scenario here. Could have just ran for the ladder, but that's not us. That's not what we're about. Took me a moment to orient myself there with everything moving around. No real need to go after the cheese, but I'll clear it out anyway. We'll do it for the points. Oh, that was sneaky. There we go. Yep, health's too high up to actually claim any of that food, but it's safe if we do find ourselves needing it here in floor F. One power-up we're looking for is defense up, and that's going to be the shield icon, if we can find that. Usually you have all 3 in that little suicide hallway in floor A, which is really only a suicide hallway because you don't have any of those power-ups yet. Bad luck for us, that wizard spawned literally right on our feet. Have some poison there. Not sure I could do much about it. That's one of those you either take or you don't, and I think we gotta take it. Yeah, it's not letting me shoot it, and the bomb didn't do anything. So there you go. We take the poison, and we lose a little health, but we're not terribly far off. Pick up another bomb to get back to 3. Just going to try and hammer away at this gap here until we can get enough headway to get in clean. Take out a couple spawners, get ourselves safe. And now all the spawners are gone, and it's just shooting bad guys. My son referred to this as a laser gun this morning. I've always taken it to be more of a bow for the Robin Hood thing, but then your attack upgrade is a sword, so I'm really not sure where you want to go with it. It's a 1988 Atari game. You know, feel free to use any and all to describe it, if you will. Don't feel the need to be holding to any one thing, especially if I say it, which doesn't help because I'm telling you to do what you like. Got more of the poison there. Just gonna disregard that. Grab ourselves another bomb. Take out the spawners. Nice thing is, even if you can only land a hit on the spawners at any given time, you're at least weakening them. Now, we're in an okay spot with health, but we could be better. See, I'll leave it. Well, I was going to leave it as blue, and then the dude moved. I was going to show you dropping the weakened monsters. Now, we could have just gone through the door, but I really like having that surplus key for later levels. And like I said, we could use some food, and we're still looking for the shield upgrade. So let's go ahead through. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're playing Little Dark Chambers on stream today because it's an awesome game, and I do enjoy me a good maze crawl. Default settings, so it's 1-player intermediate difficulty. I'm no expert, and I never claim to be one. Let's go ahead and drop that to blue and see if it drops out any blue brutes. See if the game's just going to make a fool out of me and not drop anything this entire time. That's crazy. There you go. See? I knew what I was saying. So yeah, each hit you put on a spawner will at least weaken the enemy that comes out of it. So that is always viable if you're trying to get through. Now that we've done a little bit of exploring, got our surplus key back, not much else. Do believe it's time to beat feet down to floor H. Just going to keep going until it's basically time to stop. At some point, my wife and son will be returning home, so that will be a fair bit of background noise. And that's okay. H has this fantastically purple coloration. Especially since you were dressed literally like a lime Robin Hood. You tend to stick out fairly well. Could see some more points hanging out there, so we're going to go ahead and take the lap around. Again, great health. Can't really argue with the score either. Just about to cross the 70,000 threshold. time to burn that key. Floor H is usually where I break even. When I'm on my game. I'm not going to lie. This morning I was running on 0 keys the whole time. I was just making bad decisions left and right. Actually, almost didn't make it out of floor A on this morning's playthrough. I had just a little... You see how the health bar sort of tapers off there at the end? Yeah, I only had the tapered bit making it out of A, and I want to say my score was about 200. It was, the technical term was awful. But you know, we live, we learn. We can't quite squeeze that diagonal. But distance is our friend. Yay, ranged weapons. Take out a few baddies and start making our way down this diagonal sort of room of doom. Been a few days I've had this sore throat. Had some chest congestion, not really feeling sick. No worries about the big bad global menace, just changing seasons and high humidity. Make our way down, take out that spawner. Got a couple ghosties coming up this way. Can't do much with them though. They effectively chased me out of my little spot. Came for revenge and cleared that clean. That is excellent. What is less excellent is not seeing much in the way of food or that well sought after shield icon. Not getting my upgrade, not getting my health restored. Got some poison blocking a path. We're going to see if we can make it without going that way. Yeah, stairs down are there. Ah, there's some food. Awesome. We're at least topped off and we're up to 5 bombs. So we could start using those for little effects like that. Just clear off everything on the screen. Gives us clear run there. At 80 grand, we'll take our trip down to floor J. That's 9 in the books and on to 10. For those who weren't quite following along with the alphabet there. This is where the designs really start to get intricate. Meaning this is where I start getting lost and taking false paths all day. Because I do love a good maze game. I am not particularly great at them, or really any game. This channel could easily be described as a social experiment and life lesson turned hobby for a gaming enthusiast and not accomplished in the least gamer. Turns out you can shoot an upgrade. Did not know you could do that, and aptly I shot the gun / crossbow / you shoot faster upgrade. Weakened the one spawner so I could take out the other in relative peace and quiet. Also going to shoot that heart, and I don't know why, because it doesn't really give you any more direct points. It just gives you more monsters to deal with. Bad decision on my part. But you have that. That is, of course, the way to the exit, but because some doof burned his spare key at floor H, we're in search of another. Slide down this way. Nope, that's where we started. Take care of that guy. Thanks for coming. I do love how every now and then you could sneak into a diagonal like this. Shot a loose bomb there. That took care of that entire room. Don't know if shooting bombs has a different radius than using them, like in Gauntlet. I do know the effects are similar. definitely get a banger out of using one. Pun quasi-intended. Can't remember if we went down this way, but I feel this is the way I should be going. See the key there. Can't shoot through the key, so we had to grab the key and backstep real fast. And now I just gotta wind my way through this dungeon and make my way back to the exit. Health's in good shape, still haven't seen the defense upgrade. Which again, I swear to you is a real thing. I just saw it this morning and definitely wasn't hallucinating. Surprisingly quick for me. I usually get turned around somewhere in there. And that's 10 floors in the book. What do you know? Now we're in a forest now. We got all kind of brutes to deal with now. And a couple wizards. I'll probably set a pretty damn high score just hanging out like this. As they seem to have the irrevocable pull of monsters to a protagonist. I'm sure that sound was annoying as hell after a while. So that little gap there is actually our walkway into the level. Get real close here so we could start taking some of these guys out in quick succession. Got a little too close for comfort there, and you can see our health really eroded there. Also got over 100,000, so worth it to an extent. We're after that key there. And I really got to get sharper on my shots because we cannot afford another run like last time. Just go ahead, use a bomb, get through. And there's our key to start the level. Not much hassle, and now it begins. Probably one of my favorite layouts in this game. You have that little preamble, and then you have this long walk, and you could just picture it as sort of like that path in the woods that you've gone through a million times and never noticed it as menacing in any way, shape, or form. And then maybe you're walking it at sunset or you're walking it after a really long day, and it just has this sort of eerie quality to it. Again, shoot that sword upgrade out of the way because we don't need it anymore. We got our own sword upgrade. Now, we could very easily just take those stairs down, but what's the fun in that when you got all this carnage to take care of? Get our bomb back. Can't keep trading 2 bombs per level, but that was certainly an instance where it was worth it, I would say. And very little else. Seems like that's it for level K. Into L we go. Definitely looking for food in level L. I believe there's a key up here, yeah. Thanks to you checking this out, whether it be live or on replay. This is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming revisiting Dark Chambers for the Atari 7800, playing on emulation here. Made it to floor L and hanging in fairly well on the old health, but could use topping off. So we're going to grab a spare key. We're finally back up to 2. Hear the cavalry approaching. Background chatter is imminent. But it's adorable, and it's my stream anyway, so we're keeping it.
All right, you gotta
get rid of those spawners.
Pants, 'cause you're getting Remember?
Yep.
Gonna try sneaking past the boys in here and do that.
Oh, you didn't drink your
And
water
we
at all
took it on the
today.
other side.
No.
Were you afraid of having it spill everywhere?
And apparently my son didn't drink any of his water today.
But you had a pretty good day?
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, wow, that even popped up. Okay.
There goes both of our keys.
Yeah.
And level M we go. I was going to say
Switching
floor
hands.
M. That's not quite accurate. Well, 120,380 points. Did not get any food there in floor L. Floor M is presenting us with a couple of keys necessary to leave.
Mhm.
And in order to get those, we must do battle. See some food here, so we'll definitely be going for that. But we got to be tactful in our approach, and by that I mean combustible. Using these bombs more and more frequently to get out of tricky situations. There's our shield as well. Once again, not a hallucination. And it's an open room with a key available. Got rid of the spawner first. Then the wizard. Took him down from toughest to softest, and having that shield should help us absorb damage more efficiently.
Oh.
The missus is now relieved to be home. I've picked up on that. Floor M. Not the best movement by me there. Kind of took that corner a little lazy and paid for it. But we have our two keys in hand, and now we just have to figure out the route we have to take for the food, because we're getting down to that little tapered off nub, and that's kind of the danger zone. A little narrow hallway here. Not sure if that takes us where we need to go. Doesn't look like it does. So we will avoid said hallway and try this gap here. Yep. Same route initially we took for the shield. But we had up screen instead of down. And now we just have to fight our way through this last mob. Single spawner, so once we get to the spawner, it should be no problem. Ugh! Now we run into the other problem, where they stood right in front of the food, and I accidentally shot a wedge of cheese. Much like Gauntlet, you can shoot the food, and that means that that's food you can't claim. So overall, our health is just barely better than it was before. Not the ideal outcome. We really did need both of those. But we will live to fight another day, at least. If I don't die due to time, because I can't remember that the exit is right by the beginning. And once again, having two keys makes us feel real accomplished until we use them both in about 3 seconds. 131,230. Not used to having large amounts of points, I do apologize. Find ourselves back in the trees for floor N. Trick shot there. See more food, popsicle, or corn dog, however you see it. Making sure to stay real topside there. Needed that. Even more food, but that comes with a hell of a risk, doesn't it? Risk we're going to take. And as you can see, it wasn't worth it. So yeah, those little gray X'd out boxes, just massive damage. It's basically falling into a pit, if you will. Gonna look and see if anybody else dropped more food, but this far into the game, I would imagine if you get an instance of food spawning, that's about it. Also, not sure how you have locked doors in a forest, but hats off to the designer. Yeah, we have another attack upgrade. That's not going to help anything. Restock on bombs, at least. There was a wizard in there. Apparently it got bored. I'm okay with that, and we're into level O. No keys to get right into this, so we'll just keep going further down the map. Fortunately, that skeleton had a bit too fancy a footwork for its own good. Make our way to that first spawner if we can. Just sort of tiptoeing forward. First spawner is out. Now dealing with these wizards, and now we have a little horde of ghosties to deal with. We'll just bomb those. It was not looking good for us in that scenario. What is looking good are these two corn dogs here. I'm going to call them corn dogs. That's what we're going with. Finally got our health back to a respectable level. Remember the first few levels where we were like full health every level and just weren't even able to pick up all the food? Kind of miss those times a little. Take our walk up the far right hand side here. See a key. You know we're going to need at least one at this point. I mean, if we need them to get through trees, we obviously need them to get through dungeons. Okay. Making our way through. There's our key. Take care of some of the Grand High Magic muckety mucks. And get ourselves back to 3 bombs. Now we have key. Our health is in decent shape. We've cleared out most of the baddies. I think at this point, our best case scenario is just find that exit and get to level P, huh? Just try going right through the center here. See a locked door. Yeah, I do believe that locked door is our way. Surprise of surprises. Ladder right behind it. Level P gives us this beautiful teal brickwork. Surprised they didn't save the purple bricks for P. I'd have given them bonus points for that. Not that my opinion matters for anything, but if you save the purple bricks for level P, yeah, you get bonus points for what it's worth. Already got a key, feeling good about that. Now if we got to get out of town, we can. Kind of felt like we had to get out of town right there. 3 wizards and a ghost come for us. Not the start of an awkward joke. Sure felt like it though. Or maybe the awkward joke were the enemies we made along the way. Who's to say? Make our way up. See some food. Happy about the food. Not worth it. We'll waste the bomb. I know this has an Atari 2600 version as well. I do believe I've played that on the channel. The 7800 version, though, for me is just, it's good, it's crisp, I prefer it. And that's not always a guarantee. Some of you may be thinking, of course, it's the one that came out the second, it's the more powerful system. Not always the case. I will take 2600 Centipede over the 7800, even though the 7800 looks a lot more like the arcade. Just something about the charm of the simplicity of it. Into floor Q, and we now have some Grim Reaper Spectre dudes running around with their scythes, and they have black obelisks as their spawners. They look god-awful, and thankfully are just one hit further up the chain. Unlike the deaths you have to deal with in Gauntlet that latch onto you and make that horrible grating noise until they sap enough of your health that they just kind of pop, or unless you're lucky enough to have had a potion at the time. Speaking of which, we will bomb our way through that area. Down to just one bomb, though, so we got to be a bit more careful on that. We also have open portals here. No more beating hearts covering them, at least for the moment. And those open portals with the ladders, I can't shut those off, and I can't go down them. So no using that as a shortcut for myself. See? We got some loaves of bread up there that I'm hoping is an upgraded health boost. At this point, I'm just kind of hoping to make some headway to the spawner there. There we go. We didn't quite take it out, but we won't be facing any more of those Grim Reaper guys coming out of there, and that's the important thing. There's the spawner gone. Now we could just focus on getting these things out of the road. Ghosty gone, Wizard gone, leave the beating heart alone, get our health high. That is a robust health bar. Now that we've done all that, let's try and make our way through the level. All of that was just preamble. That was nonsense. That was fluff. Gotta know when to beat feet. Like, you feel pretty invincible with the rapid fire, but you gots to know when your situation is perilous. Speaking of perilous, got all sorts of gunk on the other side of this door. So let's go ahead, remove it, go right for the spawner, and then everything else can just eat my rapid fire. Definitely didn't want to stick around in that one. Level R incoming, and we're back to the purple. No bonus points, though, because P and R are different letters. Just found that out probably today. Now we have open portals everywhere, and just taking a step is a risky proposition. Fortunately, it seems like the strength of the monster coming out of those is rather random. So we had a couple of the skeleton variety come through. Unfortunately there, I kind of stepped on a Reaper in all of its forms and saw my health just disappear. Now down under half. And we got to make our way through this long square maze. And we're without a key. So back this way we go. Clear that hallway, and yeah, should take us to the far left via the bottom. Just get on the correct side of the stairway. Big old apple. We're back near full health. Got ourselves our key. I just got to make my way through. No safe spots at this point in the game because those portals are everywhere. And we only have one bomb left, so we're only going to deploy it in a situation where it is absolutely crucial. Which means I'm more likely to run than fight when things get hairy at this point. Unlocked our door, which means we've got fairly safe passage. I say fairly safe because there's 2 open portals. And then finally our ladder down. Level S is going to take us back into the lime green jello bricks, matching beautifully with our lime green Robin Hood. And it's another one of the diagonal rooms of doom. In fact, it may be the very same diagonal room of doom. I can't tell you. I can't remember the specifics. It's been like 50 years since that last one. Ooh, we have a golden stethoscope thing. And, pardon me, now we're near 200,000. So getting tangible amounts of points here, one way or another. Of course, we could tell kind of without looking that the goal of this room is just going to be make our way the entire way to the bottom left. Because when you have this many diagonals, it's just going to make you walk as far as possible in a confined amount of space. We have a key, so that much is to our advantage. See some bread. And another bomb, and another big old giant apple. Also not liking the looks of those. And I shouldn't like those because that was a huge chunk of health. Grab the bomb, grab our bread, and yeah, there's our ladder. Bottom left corner. We knew it was there. It was there last time, that much I do remember. Doing a little bit of the old back and forth. Okay, clearly not a safe place to stay. Get down to level T here, and man, we are feeling it on this, aren't we? Ugh. Not loving this layout. So we'll take that out. This was our locked door last time. And instead now we just have all the spawners. Going to use both of our bombs just to get through here because I didn't really like my chances of survival otherwise. Going to double apple up because again it's fall and it's harvest season. On the bright side, for those of you who are wondering if I will at least clear all of the vowels in this game, all we got to do is get through one more floor. Floor U. I'm not counting Y as a vowel for the purposes of this. I know it's optional depending on the word, but totally consonant for the purposes of that made-up challenge that I just came up with over the top of my head. Just house that guy. I don't think I noticed the stairs down yet, and that can never be a good thing. But we do have a bomb, so I'm just going to use it there. Get greeted by 2 deaths, a wizard, and a ghost. That just never got better. And all of that to go down the wrong way. See guys, the memory, it fails at the worst times. Did make our 200,000 though, so that's cool. Slide up the next to far right column. Have more baddies to deal with. In very close proximity, which means you all get to see glorious Atari rapid fire. And that's a defense up that won't help us. So that's 0 for 2. But I think I see where we need to go now if we come right up the middle here. Yep, we see our locked door. Perhaps that's the one I remember. And I just blanking at this point. Health down to a nub plus. So we're going to hope for a really lucky roll here in level U. This is not looking lucky. And it is so not. Wow. Shot couldn't have been any further off there. That's 2 dead ends. If we do manage to find some food in time, we definitely took the hard way to get there. Sliding through. Get rid of that spawner. Not going to do any good for the other spawner down there, but that's at least something gone. I think this may lead to our apples. Nope. Leads to a different boost, but yeah, we can see it's the whole way over on the left-hand side there. Really wish I'd have stopped for a key somewhere along the way. There we are. Make our way down with our sliver of health left. Get ourselves back up to half a bar. At least buy us some time. See if we can't give the old heave-ho to level U. Aha, I see the key. Guard by a little bit of the old death. Bomb to open our way. See the gun power up on the right hand side that does not stack and cannot be picked up a second time, so my son will please stop pointing at it. He's just getting a little excited. Why wouldn't he? It's not often I start playing a game before he gets home and I still haven't died by the time he gets back. Rare occasion. And there's level U. We have beat all of the vowels. Take that, alphabet. Picked up our key in the hopes to get through level V here and get right to W, but we see 2 locked doors, and that means we're going to need a second key. So questing we will go. Got a bomb in hand, going to maximize potential by going crossboard there. Anytime I see a narrow hallway, I'm inclined to believe that I need it to get to my next goal. Take out that spawner, and sure enough, key number 2 is there. While we're there, we notice a couple golden apples hanging out there. They're not really golden, but they might as well be to me. They're that valuable, and they're that rare. Grab them and go. Clear a line to the finish, and now we are into floor W, about half health. Things have taken a turn for the decidedly red. We could reach the stairs, sure. Not going to help. Certainly not going to survive at this point. So instead we have to sort of make the best of what we got in the meantime. Grab our key there. Coming up on 250,000 points. Guys, that's like almost competent play worth of points. Like that number sounds, and again, I'm looking for the technical term here, big. Oh, there it is. Health. A bomb. Come up into the little pool of carnage there. Just slide our way in. Easy peasy. Level X. Here we are. Miraculous recovery over the last 2 floors. Just jinxed myself saying that out loud, didn't I? Got a nod of approval from the producer. So happy I got through this far. At this point, it's all gravy. Floor X in the books. Crossed the 250,000 point mark, and floor Y is not fucking around. Jesus. I've managed to hold off swearing for longer than normal on this stream, but for crying out loud, like 11 loose monsters coming right at me out of the gate. That had it coming. Floor Y definitely out to end your game here. I'm not even sure what's down here, but with this many unkillable spawners, you gotta believe it's important. And then you got killable spawners beneath that. Right now, the only thing saving us is the fact that it's a single lane, a hallway in. I should probably back up and try and find a bomb, but right now, points. They can't reach me, and I'm blasting them. Even though it's a pretty endless train, this is about as self-defeating a strategy as possible. I will eventually time out there if I continue. So yeah, I think the goal is to make it through these little diagonal pockets and just hope to find whatever is needed. namely a bomb, to eliminate some of these dudes. The allure of completing the alphabet is actually keeping me going here. I planned on stopping the stream a little bit ago. And yeah, like I guessed, on the other side of that center chamber is our exit. Unfortunately, there's no bombs. There's no food. There's no nothing. Like, this is it. Descent into the abyss, if you will. There is no help. There is nothing. So we're just gonna take a deep breath and go for it, huh? Spawn her down. Spawn her down. And made it to floor Z. Let's see if we can get through floor Z, huh? Certainly not much health left. Nothing really attacking us outright, and there's all kinds of health here. That's frightening. Gladly take it. Up to full health. Got our full power-ups. I'm not sure. Is this a gimme level? Is this a thank you for playing? If you make it to floor Z, just pad your stats and go? Like, what are we going for here, guys? You tell me, because I've never made it to floor Z before, and I've certainly never done this well. There's the stairs, so let's take them and find out. 300,000, and we cycle back to A. Only it's A with big food and big monsters. So we have made it around the alphabet once, and now the game just repeats, apparently. How fantastic is that? A truly endless dungeon crawl. Something I think we could all get behind. Yeah, this is endearing. It's like Gauntlet, but not frustratingly unbeatable. I say that, and then like 38 Grim Reapers come for me. Yeah, I wasted a bomb there. That was not a waste. See the old death corridor up there? Now guarding our stairs out. When we started the game, it was just power-ups. Here we are at 300,000 points later. That's a crazy statement, isn't it? So yeah, I think if we can make it through B here, I guess that's B2, Electric Boogaloo. We'll just call it a day at that, because I really need to get something with lemon and honey in me, and yeah, still got plenty of daylight left, a little bit of time to spend with the fam, and some more extracurriculars scheduled for later in the day. If you know, you know. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to drop a save file here, because with the crazy spawns, like, this is more what I'm used to out of a Gauntlet style game. But at the same time, there's something to be said for playing the whole way through. But I got my key, and I'm going to be of my word on this one. So we're going to find our way out, and then we are going to bid it adieu. But not without one big explosion. Hopefully you've enjoyed this much longer than intended stream. And yeah, you know, opinion on Dark Chambers definitely has not changed. Definitely still a blast to play. Definitely worth checking out every single time. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming saying thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you around.